Goals, 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 goals. Why should you set goals? Why is it some people should never set goals? And what is the secret to successful goal setting? So I want to talk about goals today. So I have a number of questions came in. Thank you, by the way, for your questions. I love it, love it, love it. Always comment, like, love, comment, and share my videos if you're kind enough to do so. What it does is it helps the world get the information. And also, by asking questions, tells me what you want more information about. So goals. The questions are, number one, why is it so important? Why is it that everyone says you got to have goals? And then why is it some people should never have it? And then how to do it properly. And so let's talk about it. All right. So first of all, the reason why everyone says you have to have goals is because every successful person has goals. So we assume that if every successful person sets and achieves goals, and every unsuccessful, unhappy, whatever, struggling with finances or relationships or career, whatever. People who are struggling don't set and achieve goals. People who are super successful in every area of life set and achieve goals. It's reasonable to say, hey, you got to set goals. Fine. But not true. Why? Because they don't understand what goals are. So you think goals are supposed to motivate you. Well, here's the problem. This is why most people should never set a goal. When people set a goal, what do they think it is? They think a goal is to pursue a desire. They believe a desire is something they want that they don't have. Therefore, goal setting is stimulating a state of discontent, unhappiness. And if you don't have goals, you're happy where you are, or could be. So if you don't think about where you're not, you might be at peace with where you are. You say, well, but then how am I going to get to a better place? Better question. But the broken model of goal setting is causing more harm than good. So what people do is they create what's called, write this down, structural tension. Structural tension. So what they do is they put their heart into a future state. They become emotionally attached to a place where they are not. I'm here right now, I want to be there. Now the more I think about I want to be there, I want to be there, what I'm saying is I'm not there, which means they're not focused on the dream, they're focused on the pain and the gap between. This is called structural tension. And then what it does is it gets them pissed off. And they're like, F this, I'm going to do it. And so you might say, well, wait, that sounds good. Then I get off my ass and I do things. Yes. The ego drivers, write this down. The drivers that get the ego into action are two things. Desperation and discontent. When you're desperate enough, you get off your arse. Right? If the landlord says, if you don't pay in 3 days, you're out on the street. You're like, shit. You get to work. Some people, they don't quit smoking until the doctor says you got 6 months. Some people don't start behaving at home until the spouse says, you know what? I think we're done. It's like, no, I'm okay. I'm going to be good. Without a threat, some people don't behave ever. They only want to know how bad I can behave and still stay comfortable. So some people are driven, write this down, driven by deficiencies. They have to have pain get them off their arse. So it has to be desperation. So that's one motivator. The other egoic motivator is greed. So there's need and there's greed, which means I'm discontent, I'm pissed off. I want that, I want this. Ooh, I'm jealous. They have a nice purse. I want that purse. Oh, they're bald like James. Oh, the sexy people are bald. I want to be bald. It's easy, get a razor. Anyway, if you want something that you don't have, then you're like pissed off. And then the anger is anything that slows you down from what you think you deserve, what you demand. And the motivational speakers historically encourage people to create structural tension, therefore current discontent, to be motivated out of fear or anger. And if you, like me, ever had a time in life when you finally got pissed off enough to do something, you found out it works, right? When I finally got pissed off enough and I was like, no one's coming to save me. No one's coming to save me. Nobody gives a shit. They're going to let me just die here. Everyone sucks. Fine. F them. I'm going to do it myself. F them all. Forget them. I'm going to make my own life. And then I freaking did. And then, by the grace of God, by the way, I'm not taking all the credit. But I remember when I got mad enough that I got off my arse. And so I believe that it does work, but at what cost? At what cost? Because it stresses the body, it stresses the system. Plus, we become addicted to that energy. We become addicted to need and greed. We get addicted. It's like, I need the new fix. I need the next fix. people are addicted to these negative emotions of separation and desperation, the desperation and the separation from the dream. So some people it's in the ego addiction. The ego's getting stronger, which means even when I achieve that goal, the moment I have it, I want something else. Like nothing's ever big enough, nothing's good enough. So that kind of goal setting is not healthy. I mean, most people do it. People who don't even do that are worse off than people who do it. But the people who do it, they become the angry, evil, rich people, right? You say, oh, you teach this love ethic, James, but all the rich people are such jerks and they're greedy and they're mean and they step on people. First of all, no, that's not true. The greatest wealth is held by people who actually live within the spiritual principles. So they're just not loud and they don't walk around going, yo, look at me with the gold, this and the this and the that, and I've got a Lamborghini and I'm better than you. Those are people they're normally borrowing that money. But real money is quiet. Real money doesn't want you to know how much money they have. Real money drives normal people cars and acts polite. So real money is secretive. And they're happy, kind, loving people. So it is not true that the angry, greedy, selfish people are the successful ones. They just have more stuff wherein to be miserable. But the true wealth is those who are motivated by love, not need or greed. And when you're motivated by love to contribute to make the world a better place, you become a world changer. You're the one who plants good seed in good soil in good season. You protect your investment, and then you reap a great harvest. And then you buy a bigger field, and then you build a bigger planet. And so you just keep on building through the appropriate investment of power. So all power the purpose of power is creation and compassion, not control and consumption. And whenever people get into control and consumption, it diminishes. And so, goal setting. If you set a goal to become happy, you'll never be happy. If you don't set a goal to do something, you'll probably not be fully happy. So what's the secret then? It starts with, I'm fine. It starts with a state of abundance that says, I don't need anything. So then you say, well, James, then you won't do anything. Not true. And that's the thing. It's like, if you go off of, my son's car is a hybrid. It runs on gasoline, but it also runs on electric. So it's running on this fossil fuel that has its cost to the environment and so on. And then it just seamlessly goes into electric or seamlessly into gas. So it's pretty seamless, pretty smooth. And when we go off of the ego fuel of need or greed, right, driven by deficiencies or drawn by a desire, when I'm not that way, we think, oh, I'm not going to be motivated. Not true. You're going to be very motivated. Because why? Because the moment you feel abundant, you want to make the world a better place. When we serve greatly, we deserve greatly. When we profitably solve problems, we change the world. So next, what about this thing called desire? But aren't we supposed to go for our desires? Here's the truth. Desire, the word desire means comes down from the stars, or every pure desire came from God. And God promises in the Bible, I will fulfill all of your desires. All your desires. I'm looking for the exact quote, forgive me. But we are promised that God will give you the desires of your heart. So that means both things, by the way. Give you the desire, what the word means, down from the stars, but then also give you the fulfillment. So write this down. Pure desires are two things. One, they're guidance. That's the direction of my life. I'm going towards travel. I'm going towards abundance. I'm going towards enterprise. I'm going towards relationships. I'm going towards. Every true desire is a future vision and a guarantee. Now, the guarantee is not that you're going to get precisely what you're pursuing, but you'll get that or better. That's the promise in the wisdom literature. So a desire is not to make me happy. I'm supposed to be happy at all times. A desire is guidance and guarantee, which increases our positive energy. If you will see all your desires as already yours, like future visions whispering to today, you get very grateful, very excited. That positive energy attracts it and makes you a person who takes the action that naturally progresses to the outcome. So, goal setting. It's about knowing that your desires come from above, not from need or greed, but from abundance. This is just me, this is where I'm going. Move straight into the feeling of celebration and gratitude that it's already yours or better. That energy puts you in the right state. Then you move in the direction of those desires because the future guarantees and guidance. Enjoy goal setting, not needy or greedy, just from abundance. Go get more. Love, joy, and peace. Have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day. Ask your questions, like, love, comment, share, and I'll talk soon.